Hello friends, will Marvel Studios finally make an R-rated film? This week
like Deadpool?
No, I do not mean like Deadpool, because Deadpool was released by Fox.
Disney owns Fox.
Disney owns everything! This week on Heat Vision Breakdown, we look ahead to Mahershala Ali's Blade and why it's unlikely it will be as violent as Wesley Snipes' 3 films, but why that doesn't necessarily mean it will be an unfaithful comic adaptation. 21 years ago, Wesley Snipes kicked off the modern superhero movie craze with Blade, a stylish, violent tale of a half-vampire, half-Oakley sunglasses enthusiast who kicks ass, takes names, and kills creatures of the night. Not cats, though. He doesn't kill cats. Blade was a surprise hit and a much-needed win for Marvel, which was recovering from bankruptcy and had never made a successful big-screen movie at the time. As such, it might seem almost disrespectful not to take lessons from Snipes' Blade, a film that gave on to Marvel so much and asked only that Stephen Dorff be made a movie star in return. Snipes' version of the character is what many think of when they hear the name Blade, and with good reason. It's worth noting that Snipes himself has been gracious in passing the torch to Ali, calling the Oscar winner a beautiful and talented artist after it was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con that he would be stepping into the role. In the comics, Blade took a violent turn in his Marvel Max series in 2002, but much of the character's nearly 50-year history has actually been PG-13. Obviously, blood is a big factor in Blade lore, but the amount of graphic gore and carnage that is currently associated with the franchise, see the blood rave scene from the original Blade film, wasn't a key component of the comics for most of its history. Blade has also largely existed in his own corner, not interacting with other heroes. But in the MCU, a place where everyone meets despite being separated by literal galaxies, it is likely he will team up with others, particularly when you have a talent on the level of Mahershala Ali playing the character. Even in the comics, Blade has begun to interact with other heroes more. Over the past few months, Marvel Comics, perhaps aware of the Comic-Con surprise, has been building Blade up to become a more integral part of their universe. He recently joined the Avengers, leading the charge in the War of the Vampires storyline that sees Dracula overthrown and several new vampire threats. Ooh. Makes sense that Blade would be a part of that. The Vampire Hunter was also prominent in Marvel's big 2019 event, War of the Realms, and will soon join Marvel's new ongoing strike force that sees the Vampire Hunter join forces with Hellstrom, Monica Rambeau, Angela, Winter Soldier, and Spider-Woman. In short, Blade is currently living his best life and is becoming more prominent within Marvel Comics' larger universe. Now, if they'd only give him his own comic book. In the MCU, it seems like a team-up with Doctor Strange could be in order.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness
Is Marvel's first horror film, or so says Kevin Feige. Could we see Blade appear in the post-credit scene of that film, leading up to his own solo movie? Maybe. Morbius is coming as a standalone film in Sony's Marvel Universe. You know, the place where Tom Hardy is Venom, even though his movie has no mention of Spider-Man. No matter how much producer Amy Pascal awkwardly mentions the idea in front of Kevin Feige.
But it will still all be in the same world, and they will be connected to each other as well.
So no, don't expect Blade to show up in a documentary of Jared Leto's life. I mean, Morbius, the living vampire, next July. Ironically, it's more likely Spidey and Blade will share screen time together long before Blade and Morbius ever do. Is that ironic? What's irony? Regardless, now that we know Ali is Blade, we're bound to see him soon, right? How long are you gonna make us wait, Feige? We're not immortal! So how do you guys think Blade will be introduced in the MCU? Think he'll show up in Doctor Strange? Think maybe he'll just kind of suck Bucky's blood in one of these movies? Let us know in the comments right down there. Don't forget to subscribe and join us here every Friday morning for new episodes of Heat Vision Breakdown. I'm sorry about what I said, Stephen Dorff. You're great.